And then they put up Dino Basciano. Now, you know who Dino Basciano is?
What's going on, folks? JJ here. Got another video for you. Today's video is part 2 of the Mikey Scars Gold Club trial that happened in Atlanta. As you know, in the first video, we covered a character by the name of John Wayne Gibbons. Well, in this video, in part 2, this is Dino Basciano. And in this clip, you're going to hear what Dino's testimony was, his background concerning him as first with the Gambinos and later on with the Lucchese family. So let's get to it.
Basciano was an associate of Bobby Borriello, came from downtown Brooklyn. When Bobby gets killed, Junior splits the crew. He gives himself, he takes some of the guys, and he gives me some guys, right? And
now, originally, when he split the crew, as he stated here before, Mikey Scars had him in his crew, but you will hear later on where he decides, hey, I don't want this guy, and he'll give you the reasons why.
One of them is Dino, Stevie Borriello, Bobby's brother, and some other guys that were around, just associates that hung around that. Dino was a big, heavy guy at the time, red-headed kid. And I knew he was selling drugs, low-level, he's selling drugs for Bobby Borriello and with Stevie Borriello. Stevie was also selling drugs, I found out later on, at a lower level. And he gets up on the stand, and guess what he did? He was the one who machine gunned Fat Pete's sister.
Yep, that is the one. He was the one who tried to kill, or on orders, Fat Pete's sister. Luckily, she survived it, but it was a horrific thing. So he'll continue with why they brought him into this trial, Dino Basciano, as why he was this intimidating figure in Atlanta. And it's something that happened before Atlanta. But let's continue.
Fat Pete Chiodo. He wound up, after I didn't want him, I told John, I don't want this guy. This guy's doing things I don't want. And as a matter of fact, he testifies. This is how they try to smear me again with nonsense. He testifies, because I release him. I told John, I don't want this guy. I said, he's up to no good. He's dealing drugs. I don't want this guy. So he goes up on his own because nobody's paying attention to him. He goes off on his own, you know. He winds up with the Lucchese guys. We ain't going to make a beef. Who wants him, right, at that point? So he testifies that I seen him in the club one night. This is before he got released from us, I would say, or not paid attention to by us, I should say, because there's no official release. That I told he came in the club with a T-shirt, not a social club, a club, a dance club, like a bar, you know, and with a T-shirt. And I sent somebody over to him and told him, go home and put a shirt on or get out. Don't stay here like that. That was his damning testimony against me, which again backfired. You got people in the jury, they're saying, oh, he really abused him by telling him, dress properly? That's what my lawyer did. Oh, he abused you by saying dress properly? That's how he abused you? Michael abused you by that? He used to exercise his influence and his power and his strength. You know, I'm paraphrasing, you know.
See, right there, that was the witnesses, the state and the federal government's main thing was this is how he was intimidating. And he would do this with other people, right? That's what they're trying to say. But, you know, the jury didn't buy it. And, but we'll continue on how Mikey Scars' lawyer, as he's paraphrasing in here, broke Dino down and how he used that to sway the jury more into Michael's favor. Let's continue.
Walked him down the road. He was really methodical, my lawyer, really good. Like I say, he took the bizarre and made it asinine after a while, you know. So now my lawyer brings him to his worst crime. Well, he committed a murder, That was way back, maybe 2 murders, I think. But he brings it to the point where, tell us about how you laid on a mother that was dropped their kids off at school, and you waited, you lied and wait for her to drop her kids off, knowing that was the last time she was going to see her kids. You sat there and you machine gunned her. Not once, the first time you gun jammed, right? Yeah. And another guy, he started out funny, then he started shrinking the chair after my lawyer, again, methodically bringing him back to pure evil. And then you came back another day, right? You watched her drop her kids off again. There, she dropped the kids off. You pulled up on her with a machine gun. You watched her, and you just shot her with a machine gun. Because what did she do? She was Fat Pete's sister. Again, paraphrase. I'm not verbatim here. And the jury again appalled. And here I am. I'm a guy that just told the guy to go home, and put on a shirt. You know, he's making it ridiculous. You know, and these are all the points that were striking with the jury. As well, who's the bad guys here? Like, guy torturing a guy, slicing those, sticking cigars up, shooting him in the head, throwing him in the other guy. Here's a guy who shoots an innocent woman who just dropped the kids off at school. So we're building the case of who's worse.
And that was a good point on how they presented this case, their side of the story. Now, I'm going to let him finish up a little here, and then I'll finish up with this video. But I've got some questions.
And this was throughout the whole trial that anybody tried to put up against me. And the other lawyer, Steve Sater, did a hell of a job with other witnesses. Our lawyers chopped up every witness they put up. Girls, guys, and anybody else. That's it. Chopped them all up. Stevie would have beat that case.
And there you have it, folks. The Go Club trial with Mikey Scars. As you heard from this video and the first video, the government set out to try to prove a case that really, ultimately, they were not going to win. Now, the reason why the feds were brought into it, like I said in the other video, was because one of the girls that worked at the Go Club took money from across state lines. So the feds decided they're going to get in on it. And as you heard, if you go and study the transcripts, they really had a weak trial, a weak case. It just wasn't good. Now, 4 people ended up taking a plea. As you heard, Mikey said, Stevie Kaplan could have actually maybe beat the case if at worst got hit with a smaller charge. And like I said, the reason why this was a morality case was because this took place in Georgia, which is a part of the Bible Belt. And anybody who lives down here in the South knows what I'm talking about. So, what do you think? Do you think the government should just stay out of it, let the state handle it? Also, when Mikey Scars won this case, he would later on in the year be brought up on more federal cases, more federal charges, indictments. He'd be taken to the MCC. The Gambino family would shelve him, and then, of course, this would lead to him ultimately flipping on the Gambino family and Cosa Nostra as we know it. One of the questions I had to have in my mind was there more nefarious things going on within the administration that they would shelve Mikey Scars, or did part of this trial play into that decision? We'll never know. Mikey might know, might have an idea behind it. So I'd like to hear what he thinks of it. But let me know what you think of these 2 videos. Those were not real good witnesses, or were they really great witnesses? Just Mikey's defense lawyer was better than the prosecution. I'm fixing to head on out. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below. Doesn't cost anything, free of charge. If you want to support the channel, there's different links and ways that you can support the channel. And with that all being said, if you're new to the channel, here before, and you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, please take a moment of your time, go right down below, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so when I do drop a video, you'll be notified and be on the lookout. I got some interesting things coming up soon. So check the shorts and be on the lookout in the community tab. I'm fixing to head on out. Remember, folks, when it comes to doing the right thing, helping others out, making this world a better place, try it. It really does work. I'm out here. God bless. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. Stay blessed, everyone.